Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at two exciting new Bullet Rucks. Here I have the 14-liter laptop Bullet Ruck, and I have a 16-liter Bullet Ruck. The cool thing about this one is that it is actually a two-compartment Bullet Ruck. So similar layout to something like GORUCK's GR2. Very excited to have a chance to test both of these over the past couple of weeks, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to use them. I'll show you how I've loaded them out, walk through the features, and I'll talk about how they compare to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. As mentioned in the intro, we're going to be taking a look at two new additions to the Bullet Ruck lineup. I'm glad to have both of these here side by side to showcase some of the similarities and differences among the models. On the right, we have the 14-liter laptop Bullet Ruck, and on the left, we have the 16-liter two-compartment Bullet Ruck. This version of the bag here on the right with the MOLLE webbing is also offered in a 16-liter version, single compartment. And both of these to me have, the same type of aesthetic that I typically love from GORUCK's bags. So it's a minimal, simple look that I think is really versatile. I like that you have some options that have the MOLLE webbing along the front, so it's going to be a little bit more tactical, particularly with this brighter webbing. Gives the bag a little bit more personality in my opinion, but it also stands out a bit more versus the more subdued look of the kind of slick 16-liter Bullet that I have here. One thing to note about the appearance on this one is that it does have the white GORUCK logo on the bottom, which I've seen in some of their bags as of late, so it stands out a little bit more than some of their products in the past, but it's kind of out of the way and down here near the bottom, so it doesn't bother me. Both of these appearances, I think, are still really versatile as far as being great for travel, walking around the city, going into the outdoors, or even taking it into an office. As far as the materials, the bags feel very solidly built. One of the exciting things about these newer Bullet Rucks is that they're being released in a 420D ripstop nylon. So this is going to help keep the weight of the bag down while still providing plenty of durability, tear resistance. They're going to be very weather resistant. They have a coating that's going to help keep everything protected from the elements. And then of course you have some great YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bags, on the single compartment Bullet Ruck that I have here, you do have some MOLLE webbing along the front, so you can combine this with GORUCK's field pockets or clip on additional accessories with a carabiner. You don't have it on the sides, although I imagine you might be able to have some added by the SCARS program. And then the two compartment Bullet Ruck that I have here has a much more slick and minimal appearance, no MOLLE webbing along the sides. The front, so a very simple, clean aesthetic. I actually really like this look on many of the GORUCK bags that I've used as of late. And then both of them include the traditional Velcro patch that GORUCK's bags have. They include the kind of American flag edition of their patch. But I've definitely been having fun experimenting with other different types of patches on these, so I like that you can customize them a bit. At the top, they both have really nice carrying handles, very well reinforced. This is one of my favorite kind of handles of any bags on the market. No matter how much weight I put in these, they never feel like they're going to tear. They have a decent amount of padding, so great implementation there. And then taking a look at the capacity, you can see some of the differences between the volume of the two. Again, the single compartment versus the dual compartment. The 14-liter is a great minimal daily carry size, and it's able to hold most of the items that I normally like to carry with me. Even though it's smaller, because of the simpler layout, it can hold an impressive amount. It maintains a really slim silhouette even when it's more packed out. The dual compartment 16-liter sticks out a bit more, but again, it can hold as much as the 14-liter with a little bit of additional capacity. And even when it's a little bit more packed out, it never feels overly bulky and is still great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the harness system, so far the bags have been really comfortable to wear. Like GORUCK's other bags, they have really robust padding that's definitely meant to carry heavier weights. One of the nice changes that GORUCK has made to their bags is that they have this 210D nylon that's a little less abrasive and more comfortable in my opinion. So that's a nice update there. These straps on the Bullet Rucks are a little bit more narrow than the GR1. Which is, to be expected with a smaller rucksack. I think it still works fine. If you start to really pack this bag out, you might start to notice that weight a little more on your shoulders, depending on your frame. But in general, they've been pretty comfortable. One other note about the Bullet Ruck that I didn't quite notice about some of the other rucksacks from them that I've used is that it does feel like the straps have a little bit of a tendency to slip off my shoulder or slide. That could be due to the new material or just the smaller size of the bag. So in that case, it's nice that they do have the webbing on the straps to allow you to attach a sternum strap to give you just a little bit more support. And then taking a look at the back panels, very similar here to other GORUCK bags that we've seen. So 210D nylon, again, a little less abrasive, a little more comfortable, and you have some slight air channels and elevation. Although the back panel on these isn't always the most breathable, I do think that these versions are a little bit better. And then one of the interesting things about the Bullet Rucks in particular is that they have this added lumbar support at the bottom, which I think feels really nice. You just have kind of an extra elevated section here. So if it matches with your body type, I think that it's a great addition. I'm curious to see if that will make its way into other GORUCK bags in the future. But in general, as with the other GORUCK bags that I've used, these have been really comfortable overall. Jumping into the organizational options, comparing the differences between the single and dual compartment Bullet Rucks is like comparing a GR1 with a GR2. So the dual compartment is going to have some extra organization built in. Both of them on the front have a similar slanted quick access pocket. I really love the flexibility that the ballistic nylon has. These compartments are always hit or miss for many people. I'm a fan of them, particularly when it's not 1000D Cordura, as you can start to get a little more flexibility and use out of the pocket. Also with the Bullet Rucks, it's a shallower compartment since the bags aren't quite as tall. So I think it works well. And this one here on the right, I currently have my iPad mini, which is one of the things that I typically carry in this type of pocket. Also a great spot for something like a wire dop. And then in the single compartment at the moment, I have my alpaca organizer pouch with some tech and EDC items. On the back, both bags feature a dedicated laptop compartment. This is a newer addition to the Bullet Ruck lineup. I featured the 16-liter laptop Bullet Ruck a little while back on the channel if you want to check that out. As with other GORUCK bags, I really love the implementation here as far as offering a dedicated area for your laptop. You have a great frame sheet. The laptop compartment has a false bottom, so when you place your device down, you don't have to worry about it making contact with the ground. Both of these should be able to handle a 14-inch laptop pretty comfortably. In this footage, you'll see that I have a 14-inch MacBook Pro, 13-inch MacBook Air, and I was able to make them fit without any issues. And so nothing super new here, but just great to see the dedicated laptop area, which I'm always a fan of to make it easy to access my device while I'm traveling or just going about my day-to-day. Coming back to the quick access pockets, these bags showcase a difference that I noticed in some of GORUCK's other bags, primarily being that some of them include this excellent new quick access pocket. I've talked about it a lot in my videos for the Heritage line of bags. It seems like they often include this quick access pocket on the top. For the bags that are not the Molly edition of the GORUCK bags, I don't know why that is. So the 14-liter version does not have that quick access pocket. This is the one with the Molly webbing. This one still has a pass-through for a hydration bladder, and that seems to be the case for the GR1s as well. So there's something about the slick additions. I don't know if it's because they don't have the ability to add on additional organization that they've built in some of the quick access pockets into that. Regardless, I really wish that all their bags included it, as it's an excellent addition. So in the 2-compartment Bullet Ruck, you have it up near the top. It's going to be a little smaller than the one that we saw on the Heritage editions of the bag, but still a good amount of space for the items that I would typically want to access most regularly, like a charger for my phone. This would also be the spot where I'd probably place my AirPods or maybe a pair of sunglasses. Continuing on with the dual compartment Bullet Ruck, like the GR2, this has an extra clamshell compartment on the front, which I am a huge fan of. I absolutely love this. This is one of the most distinguishing factors of the GR2, so it's awesome to see it make its way into this smaller form factor. The layout is pretty similar, so it can open up flat, which allows you to really take full advantage of the space that's offered here. And then on the back side of the compartment, you have a mesh zippered pocket that has a pretty good amount of space. Currently what I have here is the Evergood Civic Access Pouch 1 liter. I really like how much this comes up. It gives you just a lot of functionality. If you don't want to use it, you can just press it down. At the top, you have the built-in mini field pocket like the GR2s have. So this is an excellent area for, just bulkier items. I love how much volume is provided here. You have the same organizational layout with some built-in slip pockets. At the moment, I have my GoPro here. I have my laptop charger, And then on the back, I'm using the slip pockets for my mouse, and then a wall adapter for my laptop, tablet, and phone. So really great, useful pocket there. And then on the other side, you have some additional mesh zippered pockets. So this one here at the bottom, again, a good amount of volume, can almost work as a packing cube. You could toss in some pouches. At the moment, I just have a deck of playing cards and a manicure set that I typically have with me. And then I also have at the top an additional quick access pocket. Always a fan of this in the GR2 as it's near the top, so I can reach down and grab it. And so good amount of space here. At the moment, the only thing that I have is a portable battery for my phone. Then I have a backup pair of headphones. So I really love the variety of organizational options that are provided here. And also you can start to see the flexibility of the ballistic nylon, which just allows everything to just kind of mold over what you're packing, making it easy to organize the bag and take full advantage of everything it has to offer. Moving into the main compartments, both have a really nice clamshell style opening to make it very easy to organize the bag. And so let me open both of them up at the same time. I'm always a big fan of the simpler layout of GORUCK bags. It works particularly well if you have a modular style of packing or if you're carrying bulkier accessories. You always have just a little bit more flexibility in my opinion. So I kind of distributed my typical EDC type items between the two bags, and even with the amount of things that I've thrown into these, they still offer a little bit of leftover space if I wanted to toss in an extra jacket into one of them or an extra pouch. I mean, considering this is 14 liters, it can really hold an impressive amount. It's 16 liters as well. Lots of flexibility. So on the left, in the 14 liter Bullet Ruck, I have the Evergood Civic Access pouch along with a packable rain jacket. And this is also able to hold my Levitate portable standing desk pretty comfortably. You can get a better look at the inside. And these have a lighter lining to give you a little bit more contrast, which is nice, as well as a slip pocket on the back. This isn't padded, but it does offer a nice bit of separation for a notebook, or if you want to place your tablet in here. At the top of the Molly edition of the bag, you have this D-ring that might be good for pairing with a hydration bladder. You have the pass-through there that goes up near the handle. And then on the 2-compartment Bullet Ruck, I have my Beat Studio wireless headphones, my TomTalk Tech pouch, which is one of the bulkier ones, like the Civic Access pouch, and then I have my DJI Mavic Mini with its case. And so this one also has the lighter lining. It has a similar slip pocket. And then this version actually has Molly webbing near the top. You have a couple of rows to attach additional accessories or a field pocket. You don't have that on the 14 liter edition. So that's one of the differences that you want to keep in mind. Now with these compartments empty and next to each other, you can start to see just how much they can hold. Although neither is going to be a super large travel bag, if you're really minimal, you could definitely toss in a packing cube and a dot kit and get away with using this for a weekend trip or longer if you're a really minimal packer. And then moving on to the lids of both bags, slightly different layout. On the 14 liter Bullet Ruck, you have the traditional GORUCK layout, so a mesh compartment here to toss in accessories, pretty good amount of volume. I didn't place anything in here as I had all my stuff in the pouch that was on the front. And then above that you have the Bullet Ruck logo, as well as an additional kind of quick access pocket near the top. Since you don't have the one by the handle, this is the one that I use most often when I'm using this as an EDC. So at the moment, what I have in here is a pair of sunglasses with their bulky hard shell case. They're able to fit in there comfortably. Still had some leftover space for my AirPods or something else that I wanted to toss in there. And then on the 2-compartment Bullet Ruck, a little bit different here. You just have one larger kind of elastic material here in this compartment. So this is a great kind of separator for if you want to place a jacket, pouches, additional clothing. Really interesting. I hadn't seen this on one of GORUCK's bags before, but I think it makes sense given the other organization that's present in the dual compartment Bullet Ruck. So, you know, just a really nice, useful kind of divider area. It just stays out of the way as well if you don't want to use it. And then a cool thing about the Bullet Rucks is that they're meant to pack into some of the larger bags that GORUCK offers, like the GR2 and the GR3. So these pack down pretty flat, and then you can place them on the inside, take them out when you arrive at your destination. And this works particularly well with the Ripstop Nylon, as it makes the bags a little lighter and just very thin, and they pack down a little flatter than some of the other Bullet Rucks that I've used. So, you know, just a great sort of additional benefit of this material. Of course, the dual compartment Bullet Ruck is probably not something that will pack away that small into a bag. It still gets
fairly flat, but it is bulkier. It's gonna take up more space. So as a packable bag, I would still go with the single compartment. But in general, I'm a huge fan of the Ripstop Nylon that both of these bags are using. They both work really well as more compact EDC bags. And in general, I've been particularly impressed with the dual compartment Bullet Ruck. That kind of caught me off guard with just how kind of awesome it's been to use. But both of these, if you're looking for a slimmer, more minimal EDC bag that's gonna be durable, comfortable, and just give you a lot of functionality, then these are gonna be some of the best options to check out.
And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out these new additions to the Bullet Ruck lineup. You can currently purchase them on the company site, and I'll include links in the description below to the individual product pages if you want to check them out. I imagine that they're going to go pretty quick as the Bullet Rucks seem to be popular in general. And if you're interested in some of GORUCK's other offerings, I have done a comparison video where I took a look at their Bullet Ruck compared to the GR1 and GR2 and some of the heritage bags. So if you want a little bit more information or are struggling to choose which one might be best for you, I definitely recommend checking that out. If you need a little bit more space, of course the GR1 is going to provide a great option that still offers some of the same benefits of the Bullet Ruck. And then if you want to have some extra organization like the 2 compartment Bullet Ruck, then the GR2 is really going to be one of the best options to check out. So I'll include a link to that in the description below. Some of the other options that this reminded me of are some of the bags from Air. The City Pack in particular, which comes in at 14 liters, is one of my favorite compact tech bags. It has, very modern, minimal aesthetic. It's a little bit kind of sleeker than these bags, so good for a professional setting. Great organization, padded laptop compartment, very comfortable harness system. Air also has the recently released Pro Slim Pack, which comes in at about 12 liters, so it's even smaller than these bags. And the City Pack, it's a little bit too small for my liking, so the City Pack really strikes a good balance in my opinion. If you're looking for something that's gonna offer, again, a more modern aesthetic with some of the same benefits, then that's gonna be some of the best options to take a look at. And then the last options that I'll mention here are some of the newer bags that have been coming out from Able Carry. We recently took a look at the Daily Plus, and they also have an updated version of their 13 backpack. So, they try to offer a few different sizes as well. Able Carry's bags offer really premium weather-resistant materials, excellent harness systems. They have a little bit of a simpler layout, so they have good laptop protection, a little bit of organization, but nothing that is overwhelming. And they have a nice blend of a modern and techie styling with a little bit of a tactical vibe on some of their bags. They have some webbing. The X-Pack fabric that they use also tends to give it just a little bit more of a unique look. So if you're interested in something modern, weather resistant, that's gonna have just a great layout and a comfortable harness, and those are gonna be some options to consider as well. With that being said, these new additions of the Bullet Ruck hold up really well against all those options. This 16-liter 2-compartment Bullet Ruck in particular really just caught me off guard. I've been very, very impressed, but both options are really great to use. And if you're looking for durable, comfortable, more compact everyday carry bags, these are gonna be some of the best options that you can check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of these new additions of the Bullet Ruck and how they compare to some of the other popular, more compact EDC bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank GORUCK for sending the bags for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.